Ooh, testing. Am I coming through? It has been an afternoon full of glitches, gremlins in the system, and, well, all that fun stuff. Ooh, testing. Am I coming through? Ah, fantastic. Thank you, Ripped Jaw. Yes. Okay, fantastic. So I've been using Twitch's proprietary Twitch Studio for streaming, and it had been roughly a month since I used it, so I just logged in today thinking, oh, you know what, it's a few hours early, I'll get things set up, no stress. And then the program was discontinued and no longer worked. So I got to spend the last 3 hours brute forcing my way through OBS to figure out how to make all this work. So if you could bear with me for just 2 more minutes. Well, actually, I'm supposed to play a video, aren't I? Huh. Funny that. Let me get that going so that our financial overlords will be happy. So start that. You guys enjoy, and hopefully afterward we'll be off to winners.
It's time for the Pigpen, and I'm Big Ben. Saturday afternoon's Mother Direct provided a massive influx of creative energy to the Pays Distorter system and has allowed the Porco Tray technology team to increase the rate of stock symbol updates. Porkbank has committed to rolling out more features as long as the creative juices keep flowing. Rumors of a mysterious creature in the waters near South Winters have resulted in increased valuation in cryptid expeditions. While the alleged Tessie sightings have increased, photographic evidence has yet to surface. If you've managed to capture the mysterious Tessie on film, please submit it to the Eagleland Scrapbook project hosted on the Starmen.Net forums. A recent press release from Andanut's Invention and Innovation claims that Porkbank's partnership with Starmen.Net hinges on a design stolen from Andanuts' current research and development endeavors. Dr. Andanuts himself has gone on record stating that the technology used to tighten the bond between our world and theirs looks like something I would design. I'm sure of it. Porkbank has not deemed it necessary to respond to such theories at this time. The Earthbound Funktastic Gameplay Summer 2024 is continuing to heat up, but it's time to cool things down. Coming up next is GPP 4 Winters, hosted by epoch5zz.
All right, now wasn't that just a heartwarming message from the people who, I guess, officially own us now? How's that? Ah, fantastic. Alright, I hate puppets. I have like a... Oh, great, now I murdered a teddy bear. Right, so, was I supposed to be sent, like, a list of challenges, to try and accomplish during my playthrough, or was that sort of a, um... As long as I'm not the one that has to change the stream name to that, I'm all for it, because I don't even know what to do. How are you doing, kid? If you're tired, you should go to the hotel and rest. That's it for... Well, that hint sucked. $60? Like $60 in like 1995, I could have like made a down payment on a fairly good used car for $60. I know I'm gonna regret having asked for those challenges. I don't even remember the entire list, but oh, it's gonna suck. Um, wait, are all the zombies gone? Because of fly paper? The black rectangle. Agreed. It's actually just like, a nice friendly void. Huh. I guess the zombies just don't want to come out and play today. George Romero would be sad. All I know is the guy who compiled those those challenges, whose username might have been epoch5zz, is a real jerk, and he should have known better to do such things. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and say that I am not gonna get Jeff above level 24, because yeah, I want to finish this stream before tomorrow, if at all possible. Yeah, I can see. Any better? This is the only time I have played this part of the game and have gone this long without seeing a zombie. Like, it's so sad. Okay, I guess I'm just gonna go ahead and head back to the hotel and get the show on the road. I just will like load up zombies, ate my neighbors after I get done playing tonight, I guess, and get my zombie fixed that way. Yes, sadly, for the above 30 crowd, we are not able to trade in ears for new ones. Would be nice though. It was a special deal. They just literally don't make them like they used to. Does that look better? Awesome. Yes, okay. Learning as I go. This is a very uplifting and encouraging thank you. Whenever there is a mass Starmen.Net meeting again, I'll in person, I'll buy the pizza. I may need to limit that to buying the first 5 pizzas, especially if it's quality pizza, because that stuff gets expensive really fast. Huh. I forgot there's a what's his face from Halloween, Michael Myers? Not Myers. Michael Rectangle. Yeah, the Rectangle's a friend. I mean, it's actually the Rectangle is my co-host. Do not address the Rectangle. Yeah, I would advise not doing that. It gets very upset easily. Oh well, I will see about trying to kill a zombie later. You can always get what you want, but if you do try, sometimes you do get what you need. Mario. That is never going to stop killing me. Mario and Pario. I do love how they couldn't, there was enough memory to change the outside of the hotel to be dark, like, the rest of 3 does. Oh, well, there's all the zombies. I do have to wonder, though, if that's literally, like, what was going on, or if I just had absolutely abysmal luck. You're losing consciousness. What could be the fate of Mario and his friend, Pario? You see, having once again, don't look directly like at the rectangle. You may go blind and or have your soul eaten. Side effects. Yeah, it's permanent, but after a while you're used to it. So the stocks, I mean, honestly, the rectangle kept like telling me I needed to get hints, which I did, and so rectangle's all in for the hints, and it's all in for exterminating zombies. So we will see. And there's some sort of mad scientist up in Winters, I think that the rectangle is cool with, but I'm calling out to you to whom I've never met. I'm calling out, friend who we've never met. Todd, Todd, we need your help. I am Pario, and I'm with another friend, Mario. We're trying to contact you. Dot, dot, dot. Yeah, it's Todd time. Winters, a small country to the. Oh, I kind of forgot Winters was his own little independent country thing. So I guess it's Canada, ish. A. I am Pario, and I'm with another friend, Mario. We're trying to contact you. If you hear me, please wake up and head south. Only you, though far away in the Canadian wilderness, can save us. Todd, please hear my call and begin heading south. Todd, you're a friend who we've never met, but you're our one and only hope. Okay, well, like everybody of good taste, Todd wears a suit to bed, including a bow tie. So, he's always classy when he gets up in the middle of the night. Supposed to be England. Yeah, no, actually, the England thing that would make a lot more sense. And because Jeff in my brain has always struck me as being at least British in some way, even with the whole, especially the boarding school thing. So, yeah, we're gonna like officially the official canon now in this stream. The rectangle has declared that this is pseudo Britain, and Todd is 100% English, and like 3% Scottish, and 2% Welsh. Oh, Todd, I just dreamt that you and I were taking a walk. What's wrong? Ish. Exactly. Todd, where are you going in the middle of the night? You know the dorm rules, right? If you get caught, you'll get punished big time. What? What's wrong, Todd? All right. There must be some reason that I don't understand. I won't stop you. But it's dangerous to leave without taking anything along. Here, have this sword. Hey, I think there's some stuff in the locker room that you should get. I'll help you get out of here. Awesome. Tony and Todd. I heard a creature called Tessie lives in the southern lake. I don't believe it. I think someone made a model and placed it in the lake. Oh yeah, so yeah, like Loch Ness. So actually this might be Scotland. Huh. I heard a more interesting story than the rumor about Tessie. It's about cave boys at Stonehenge. Many claim to have actually seen them. I wonder if the rumor is true, that the center of Stonehenge has an entrance leading someplace. Someday, we should check it out. I'm sleepy. I'll wash my face, brush my teeth, do my business, and go to bed. Well, I guess that's some interesting self-narration. I'm so sleepy. Tony's birthday party is tomorrow. I hand-decorated each cookie to pass out at the party tomorrow. If you're going outside, stop by and say hi to Maxwell before you leave. He always looks out for the younger students. Maxwell is still working hard in the lab downstairs. Anyway, these days there are many dangerous animals wandering around outside. Glaswegian. Huh. Glaswegian? Am I pronouncing that correctly? Trout yogurt. Yeah, I never get any of the cookies because for some reason I feel guilty for taking the cookies, even though it's not real. So we're gonna leave the cookies. Oh, that's cool. Forgive me for being a typical American. Glaswegian from Glasgow, or it looks like Jim Carrey's Riddler from Batman and Robin. Oh, Todd. Todd, music note, and Tawny. Wow, Tony. You startled me. Are you looking for a late night snack? I'm having some trouble with my project. If only Todd, music note's father, Dr. Andonuts, were here, he'd be able to provide a great deal of help. I've heard he's an astounding person. I promise, I can read good. He was the first leader of our Ultra Science Club. I heard he's greater than Einstein or Heisenberg. Well, at least, hopefully, not. At least morally better than a certain Heisenberg from the American Southwest. Rumor has it he's also very strange. If you're heading to the locker room, take this key along. It's a little bit, though. Todd, music note, got the key to the locker. I mean, I'm supposed to say music note, right? It is Todd, music note, or Todd. Oh, yeah, that actually... it is nice that Tony's going to have a good, happy birthday this run. You know what? And honestly, you know what? People should make birthday cards, and hopefully, you know, whoever makes birthday cards to Tony, they'll get rewarded by Porco. I mean, I'm not saying they will, but I'm just saying, you know, like if our financial overlords, you know, wanted to do something like that, that would be really cool, I think. If you leave... Oh, good. Dude. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to do that. I'm just going to say music note because I'm going to forget and or screw it up or mispronounce, so... Let's see what goods. Key to the locker, or key to the regular locker. The key is bent, it doesn't fit with the keyhole. Alright. So, like we had a prank played on us by a certain Jim Carrey Riddler. The key didn't work, did it? Okay, that was the wrong tone of voice, but I thought that might be the case, so I just invented the machine that opens doors, especially when you have a slightly bad key. Sorry for the inconvenience. Todd got the bad key machine. If you're a Dr. Andonut's son, you should be able to repair small tools and make them useful. Just try to keep a positive attitude. Okay, so as a kid, the bad key machine confused me because, and I don't know about you kids these days, but back in the days of yore, bad could be used to mean good, and so it was just like a confusing, like time in history to have bad and good used interchangeably so much. Todd opened the locker using the bad key machine. Unfortunately, there's nothing in this locker. This one is also locked. Okay. And there's nothing again. Well, this is starting to be as much of a letdown as real life is. Okay, I could have swore there was actually something in one of these lockers. Oh, a Holmes hat. Sweet. I think that's called like a deer hunter hat, actually, but who's counting? Are you a bad enough key to open the door? Absolutely. Okay, yeah, thankfully I did not use the bottle rocket on the locker. That would have been depressing. You see, I feel bad for taking the cookies, but for whatever reason, my moral code is like, hey, breaking into the lockers and stealing stuff from kids, that's okay, as long as you don't touch the cookies, because that's what a true monster would do. A cookie monster, yeah. Truly, only a cookie monster would go after those presents. And we all know how that ends. Great. Now we have nightmares from a cookie monster being a giant cookie that's going to try and eat me. So I will report tomorrow how bad the night terrors are. I'm assuming the implication here is that the drugstore is called Best Friend, not that Jeff is best friends with the drugstore. But being as this is Earthbound, who knows? The bubblegum here is incredible. You should see the size of the bubbles I can blow. There's a monkey at the entrance. Take the monkey. He's really noisy. If you buy a pack of bubblegum, you can have the monkey for free. Otherwise, he'll cost you $1. So do you want him? Why not? Yeah, I like to think that it actually really is like a sledgehammer, in all honesty, and you just, pop the lock off with it. Himself. Go for it, bad boy. Okay. Well, hey. I guess you gotta appreciate the yeah, the only way you actually get money is by selling stuff, right? So I'd have to actually just farm items and pawn them to be able to get the T-Rex bat. Someone please correct me if I'm wrong. Well, this is probably going to end bad. Hey, how about that? All right, 2 levels. Nice. I really do not like those goats. I mean, there's so many small touches in this game, and I really do like someone just said about the level monkey, because they actually had to program that in there just for it to occasionally just stop, you know, like, and just, yeah, it's just so cute. All right, that seals it. This is the UK. They just offered tea. In response to grievous wounds, they offer tea. So. Yeah, I've actually, and the thing with Tony being popular, I mean, that goes back, like, as far as I can remember, like, the characters in Earthbound who have minimum appearances, there's just so much, and a really beloved character, and I did not die, somehow. How about that? Alright, level 4. Gotta get all that IQ. Every time I see the Billy Goats here, it makes me think of the Dresden Files and how there is one particular book where the Billy Goat Gruffs come into play, and it is absolutely majestic. Oh, the game's louder than I am now? Huh. Let's see. All right, how are the sound levels currently? Oh, okay, well, huh. For some reason, I thought this section was like twice as long. The Tessie Watch Club. Because everybody needs a hobby. I'm the cook. How about some stew? Well, that's good, because I don't have the money to pay you, kid. You're a friend who I've never met before. Todd. Music note. Head south. I'm Pario. If you hear this message, go to the south. Working through the night, Todd fixed the broken spray can. After being fixed, the broken spray can became the defense spray. This is what we've been waiting for. Finally, it's coming out. Oh, right. Okay. Oh, that's, I guess that's a response to stuff. Well, to be fair, they're wearing short sleeves and shorts in the middle of a country called winter when it's clearly winter. I'm looking for my 15. Oh, well. Yeah. Yeah, well, just don't invest in stew, everybody. If you've got your money in stew stocks, sell. Get out now. Jesse may be unexpectedly living in the woods. I personally think so. Well, I guess that's an opinion. I've already checked in here. Um, okay. So basically, if I did want to get the T-Rex bat, it's going to be collecting bread rolls and selling them, correct? Anybody know offhand? Excuse me, bread and salt. Well, I guess, you know, old world traditions, that is one way to do it. Yeah, I think saying I'll need 100 bread rolls is actually being very generous. It's probably more than that. I'm just curious, so I'm gonna go sell and just see how long it might take. I know I've done that challenge once in my life, um, but I do not remember. Yes, who does not love a refreshing pork beer with extra pork and pig and pork rinds flavoring? The drink of true masochists, as it were. So offhand, does anybody happen to know why, like, it seems like the writer of this game was not very fond of pigs? Or is that just, you know, coincidence? Okay, so possibly one of the most quintessentially American things I have ever eaten as an American is fudge made with bacon. And I normally, under no circumstances, would even have tried that. But the Doctor Who convention, Chicago TARDIS. There's this group every year that comes, and they literally bring dozens of pans of fudge just to give out, in every flavor you could think of. You know, your normal fudge, mint, banana, peanut butter. Actually, you know, all the colors of the that you can choose for Earthbound, and bacon. I don't know why bacon, but I will say that Colin Baker, the Sixth Doctor, really enjoyed it. The bacon fudge after we got some for him. So, and that is your little trivia tonight on fudge bacon. Colin Bacon. Yeah. Yes, I can both read good and speak good. I promise. All right. Well, getting $1 for a salt packet is actually pretty darn good considering how they're, you know. You guys are awesome. Oh my god, I'm gonna die from laughing. Hey, $6 for a bread roll. Oh yeah. Tractor. Doesn't he? Ugh, I hate boiled eggs. They are like the bane of my existence. Take this trash from me. Ugh. Should I sell the vent spray? Just like a quick, like, we won't do an official poll, but does anyone think I should keep it, or should I just go ahead and sell it to try to get the bat quicker? I think it is a one-time use. Could someone please, like Super Nintendo RPGs? Normally, I never keep. You can verify. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. Gone after one use. Yeah, okay, so yeah, they expect you to bring like 6 of them to battle to layer them. So that's kind of and the ruler and protractor, they are just there for fun, right? And doesn't really do much. Absolutely nothing. Okay, yep, gonna sell those too. So I was in such a huge hurry with just the stress of trying to get everything set up. I am about to, in a minute, I'm just gonna take like a quick break to go get some water, because turns out if you're gonna be talking for a while, it helps to have water. You know, it'd be kind of cool one day to find like an Earthbound mod where they take all the useless items and like find a use for them. So, anyway, I will be back in 2 minutes. Please don't burn down the chat while I'm gone. And if our financial overlords come in, please make sure they feel welcomed and worshipped for the benefit and safety of us all. BRB. Hello, I'm back. Can you hear me okay? Uh, sorry, wait, what? Awesome. Okay. Oh, you lovely bunch of lunatics. All right. Let's see. I managed to pawn a bunch of crap and get 271 bucks. How much do I still need? Oh, okay. Huh. That is a lot of bread, both metaphorically and literally. Oh, be nice, guys. Don't ban each other. We don't need to have a banning war. You know, it'd be kind of hilarious if at this last minute that our financial overlords at Porco Trade introduced a stock revolving around banning. I mean, it feels like something they would do, right? 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 Hey, I'm the one hosting this, and I don't even know what I came back to. So I don't have answers. I just have questions, and then I've got questions within questions, and it's just turtles all the way down, man, all the way down. Truth is a very, very dangerous thing. Some things, some mysteries need to remain unsolved. Wow, the monkey got a smash hit. I don't know if I've ever seen that before. You go, little bubble monkey dude. Awesome. Um, I'm afraid that if I boot up Firefox to go check the message board, like it will crash because yeah, I never really had used OBS before, and so I didn't really have time to try and optimize anything. So right now it's just kind of like the website itself being held together with bubblegum, well wishes, warm thoughts, and prayer, and having no bubblegum. So yes, Aqua Magicist, if I'm saying that correctly, thank you for creating the piece of art for this thread. And just be careful for anyone who's making art to be careful about the black, rectangle. They have very strong feelings, and yeah, bad stuff happens if they get offended. So if you're doing portraits, just make sure they're very flattering. Yeah. I'm gonna have for the photography, like your sanctuary locations thing. I'm gonna have to like find a way to like a giant black uh, rectangle in a picture to just be there all monolithic. really don't want to part with the big bottle rocket, but oh, it's nice. Huh. Oh, sorry. My phone was attempting to call and decided to crash when it got the phone call, so must not have been too important. Anyway, um, yeah, I'm thinking of doing that. I mean, honestly, as long as Mario and Pario are high enough level. I mean, the bottle rockets are nice for bringing boss battles to an end quickly, especially for like you're not trying to over level. But I mean, they're not necessary. They're just also kind of fun. Um, ah, bugger. You know what? Just gonna go ahead and do it. All in. I wasn't planning on getting the bat, but at this point, you know what? You know, we're gonna get that frickin' bat. And I would almost wager money that upon getting this bat, whoever does the next couple of playthroughs, someone's going to do a challenge where it's throw away all of your gear. And so that's going to include this baseball bat that I am spending an unnecessary amount of time trying to get. So. Yeah, they did. Fiends. Also, why are all the Billy Goat Gruffs carrying around salt packets? I mean, I know this is Earthbound and logic isn't necessarily, you know, a thing, but so random. I love both of those theories of the goats just attacking a diner and them also getting mountain salt. I mean, salt can, you know, melt ice, so I'm sure there's some sort of correlation connection that I'm not entirely seeing. But yeah, has anyone actually seen any messages from Porco in the chat? They've been kind of quiet tonight after they dropped off those stack of advertisements and saying if I didn't read them out loud, then bad stuff would happen. Oh, okay. Just making sure I didn't miss any instructions. Salt wards off the supernatural. This place is festooned with creatures from urban legend. So actually, yeah, it does kind of make sense to keep safe. It's just I'm surprised that the goats would be that genre savvy. But hey, what do I know? I mean, seriously. I mean, goodness. But yes, and even with the repeat, I love this song. Is for those who know Mother 1 well, isn't there a Winnery song that's a bit like this on the soundtrack? Or am I conflating stuff in my sleep-deprived brain? Because I seem to recall there being something. No, just Snowman. Okay. It may have. I may have been confusing it because there's been like some people have created expanded soundtracks, and sometimes they. Okay, the boarding school. Okay, yeah, thank you. I knew it was somewhere up here. I just wasn't entirely sure of the location. PSI Nightshade, you are awesome. May all your stocks do well and you find unexpected caches of money wherever you go in life. Peen Train is rating? I'm confused. I mean, that's sort of my typical state of being confused. I mean, what's up with the rating in the 54? I'm confused. Help, somebody, anybody. Raiders, I don't know what's going on. Oh, hello, Peen Train. Oh, we just gained a string of audiences. Awesome. Thank you. I appreciate it. Now I have to actually try to be entertaining and professional with doing this streaming. So for those of you joining us, welcome. Glad you have made it. And yeah, so all throughout this playthrough of Earthbound, each of the hosts are given a selection of challenges, and for reasons I can't quite explain, I decided that I was going to get the T-Rex bat before leaving this place, and so I am collecting cookies by beating up birds, I am collecting bread from beating up dogs, and I'm collecting salt from beating up goats. This is a weird game. I love this game. Ooh, who loves stocks? Absolutely. If you have not gone to, could someone provide the link to Porco Trade? For those who may not have had a chance to peruse the website. We are being sponsored by a allegedly semi-legit financial institution from Eagle Land named Porco Trade. So every new person who signs up, I think it's like $200 Eagle Land or something to invest with. So it's fun, it's good, and there we go. Thank you for dropping those links. All right. Yeah, it's give or take about the same legitimacy. Yeah, I would say. I mean, just don't. If they ever offer you anything to drink, or eat, I would advise that doing it, or what have you. And if you have any, family members you care about, making sure they don't find out about those. Otherwise, it's a perfectly respectable, financial institution. Yay, late stage capitalism. Yay. It's a serious business. Yes, it is. I agree. It is so serious. Oh, so serious. Oh, and also something for those who have joined. I do not remember all the names given to characters, but Ness was called Mario, Paula Pario, and Jeff is named Todd for reasons that are still unexplained to me. Excuse me, Todd music note. That is his full name, but I can, for some reason, never remember to say Whistle. Todd, music note, and donuts. And donuts? And donuts. Man, I want a donut now. You just whistle. That is really cool. Scooter drops Toad from nice. That makes sense in my mind. Yeah, I'm already regretting trying to get the T-Rex baseball bat. I am not getting that frying pan. I mean, someone would have to make a sizable donation for me to even remotely consider that, and we're not even taking donations. So, find a way to order me like a mock pizza, and we'll talk. That is the downside of the bat for sure. It is actually kind of fun to min-max Earthbound, especially if you're doing like a low level run. But part of the problem with getting this expensive stuff is that you have to like get in ridiculous amounts of battles. So is that Dr. Andonut's music note? Okay, there we go. That's yep. That explains it everything. I believe we have cracked the storyline and the metaphor of mother. We can all go home now. So someone correct me if I'm wrong, but Tony, the friend of Jeff slash Todd, he was confirmed to be gay, correct, in canon? Okay, cool, cool. Someone get get a toy on the line. Yeah, I mean, call Japan like right now. Like he doesn't need to finish his breakfast. We need answers. Stat. So is there any intention for like implication for like there being a possible relationship with Jeff and Tony, or is it was just like a kind of left ambiguous? Yes, well, yeah, that is true. Gay person in a cold place. Yeah, I will say the one I both love and kind of don't love that the characters have so little character, like characterization beyond like just some very, strong impressions. I mean, I love like that with the 90s RPGs because you could name it after, your friends or whatever and it works, but I do love that nowadays, most games, especially RPGs, actually have like character arcs and such. Yeah, yeah, no, I mean, it's just kind of wild compared to like Mother 1 with the encyclopedia, where like basically everybody has like 50,000 pages of backstory. Like we're talking like, almost Tolkien level of like background. And then, given a chance, we didn't get too much more. So I just. Let's see. Yeah, show up once, twice, and then they're gone. I'll say that's actually, well, I definitely don't want to spoil. Eh, Um, okay, my controller just stopped working. Okay, give me one second. I think I'm gonna have to reboot the game. Um, I know we're not really using state. Never mind. I said nothing about save states. You cannot. confirm nor deny that I just used one. Yes, that is actually, someone should rename this stream as, like Earthbound with technical difficulties, because that's actually part of the theme tonight. Okay, there we go. And yes, whoever said I should save, that's a fantastic idea. Thank you. Yeah, I didn't want to bring up Dumbledore because that sort of, it felt a little bit like that. Except thankfully, a toy is not a walking dumpster fire like she who must not be named. Always sucks when your childhood heroes turn out to be trolls. Excuse me. But I was gonna say one thing I enjoy about, there is a light characterization, but also for the way that the end of the game is handled, getting a chance to talk to a lot of people again, you do get to see there's at least some changes with some people, which is fair, you know. And honestly, I think the person who may have the most dialogue, like different like NPC dialogues, might be Liar X Exaggerate, because there's like 5 or 6 different times you can go talk to him, you know, when he finds the Mana statue before you leave on it, and then you can even go back after it's stolen by presumably Porky, and which is just kind of weird that like that just bizarre guy has so much text. Hey, don't worry, guys. The rectangle's here. The monolith is yeah. Just don't, like I said, do not make eye contact, and if you start hearing a humming noise, run for your life. And it's kind of like running from a lion. You don't necessarily have to be the fastest. You just have to be faster than the person next to you. So, like I said, just don't engage the rectangle. Oh, it's making noises again. Yeah, no, don't apologize for I mean, like, I I think you can. It's always so difficult when, separating the author from the work, but I do think in some cases that's possible, especially if you're not financially supporting whoever that was. And, you can find copies of Harry Potter like at a thrift store easily. And it's not the world's best written thing, but I still think that, from a fantasy standpoint, that it's a fairly good for being like a modern day setting. And it's just frustrating that who she turned out to be, because I don't understand people who feel the need to try to, anyway, be kind to people. That's all I'm saying. Show love. That's why we're here. you know Theme of Mother is love. Peace, hope, love. Yeah, when I was a kid, I just kind of assumed that like Tony was just like, super best friend, because like I think the main heroes of this game are like 13 and 14. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. But even then, like you just, sometimes when you have like a best friend, and they're gonna go, it's just like having your heart ripped out. So, especially if it's a friend that you've had for years, and even still till today, like allegedly being an adult, that's like still one of the worst feelings in the world, is when you have like a very close friend like move, even if it's for a good reason. Yeah, I mean, humans are going to human. I think maybe one of the best pieces of advices a mentor gave me was to never have heroes. One, because it dehumanizes whoever you're putting up on a pedestal, and we're a collection of good things, bad things, and you know, uh, everyone has at least a couple of things in their life that they aren't proud of or wish they could forget. And it doesn't necessarily have to be something like crazy wild. It's just kind of a reminder that we're not perfect, and you know, if we do try to turn people into heroes, then, you know, of course you're gonna get disappointed because it turns out, you know, no one's perfect. So okay, what do I have to do to get the pizza from Trout? Because I totally missed that line. Pizza was a pizza. Sorry for your franchise. Yeah, I would, you know, like, and honestly, um, I would love to go to the Wizarding World of Harry Potter just because I read those books when they were coming out. I don't want to go to Florida though because screw that noise. I'd rather go to like the one in Japan or like at Euro Disney or whatever it's called now. Wait, no, it's not Disney. Sorry, my bad. It's Universal Studios. Whatever. There's one in Europe, I know, and one in Japan. So I think it would be even more amazing to go to the one in Japan because not only would it be Harry Potter, but it would be almost, you know, I have no idea what's going on because it's all in Japanese. And I am very bad at languages. Oh my god. Let's do a quick poll, can we, about who wants the T-Rex bat and who wants to move on. Okay, yeah, this is gonna take forever to get to the T-Rex bat. I mean, we're only halfway to the T-Rex bat, and it's like cookies are $3 and bread rolls are $6 and salt packets are $1. So it's gonna take a very long time to get that bat. And I totally respect that, Peen Train. I mean, and I'm just a really, really boring, like, cisgendered white guy. So, like, I try not to, I don't feel comfortable speaking too much about things that, you know, because it's, I don't want to say the wrong thing and especially hurt people who have already been hurt. Um, yeah, so it's just, yeah, I just wish people could be kind and nice and mind their own business. Oh, for the poll, how long? My bad. Just like a 2-minute poll. Like, I mean, I seriously do not know how much more enthusiasm I have for this, and the offer of pizza is like whittling away what little determination I had. Straw poll. As long as it is a poll, a type of, yeah, straw poll. Don't mind me, my brain is not working. So yes, that yeah. Isn't it though? But yeah, sorry, I'm not trying to get into like deep and divisive topics or anything. Just at the end of the day, it's not difficult to be kind to people, especially people you don't know. Just be kind. That's it. That's all. And I think we can all take that message from this game. Why is the game so smooth looking? Because theoretically, if someone was going to play Earthbound in an emulator, for example, on one called RASNES 9X, you could go into the settings and tweak them to smooth out the graphics. And it does a pretty darn good job of, like, theoretically, I mean, it does a pretty good job of, you know, upscaling. Plus, if you like to get achievements, it's compatible with retro achievements, which is a pretty fun website where people will just make like achievement sets for old games. And, it's, you know, to me, it adds another layer of, discovering new things with the game. Ah, drat. Yes, we're going to abandon the poor cookie. And just to clarify, for the people voting, um, while there was pizza mentioned, I believe that the bribe was just for me and not for everyone who votes. We should move on. Just for the record, I don't want people to. Yes, you do get a sticker. Contact Porco Trade today. Just tell them that epoch5zz sent you, and if that doesn't sway them, say that Reedman wrote you a note saying that you get a free sticker. All right. I think the poll is only for like 1 or 2 minutes, so please go to the poll and vote. I thought it actually was says it doesn't do anything, but ah. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to cry fake results or anything, but slightly suspicious, I will say. Also, for those who theoretically would use emulators to play these, there's also some audio smoothing, not widgets, but plugins that you can get. I've never really have messed around with them, but I've heard that they can do a really good job, especially for like Game Boy Advance games where the audio compression is almost a crime against humanity. Bad. Okay, there we go. Whew, I was worried it froze up again. Um, it was oh my god. Wow, okay, there must be some huge fans of that stupid T-Rex bat. Okay, okay. Oh dear. If I think the T-Rex bat has somehow caused a cult to form around it, since now people are being called believers and not naysayers. You forgot to vote. Oh, come on. It's an election year. Come on, you gotta vote. The cult of the T-Rex bat demands. What else do you think there's like that ominous rectangle floating and next to my avatar? Yeah, I mean, that feels right that almost every one of them has, to my knowledge, done this. I just know that at least two of them I fell asleep watching, because let's face it, it's not the most exciting thing in the, to do. So is anybody watching anything good on TV? Because we're gonna be here a while. I just want to say that pizza, to me, is one of the most important things in the universe, so believe me when I say that I am respecting the vote against my will. But I try to be a man of honor, so. Am I going to? No. I mean, well, this is the only play point I'm doing in my playthrough. I might do this sort of Kings, but it just mostly depends how crazy the next couple of weeks are for me. It's been, wow, The Last Unicorn, that is, gosh, I haven't seen that probably since like if it's the one I'm thinking of, I haven't seen it like since like the early 90s, because it was a 1980s thing, right? I will say, in the best way possible, Mother fans are absolutely insane, because practically any other game I don't really like, I'm not big into like doing random challenges, but there's just something fun about sharing this as a community, because we're all insane. Oh yeah, the Zelda CDI. Oh god, that nightmare. Man, the early 90s just had such a wild range of like crazy consoles coming out. The CDI, the 3DO, Sega's CD, Saturn. I mean, shame a lot of them didn't pan out, because like I think like with the 3DO, oh, he also had the Atari Jaguar, but with the 3DO, it was something like $800 in like 1992, and then each game was like right around $100. But speaking of 1980s things, oh, sorry, 1 second. I grew up watching the Karate Kid movies in the 90s, and so when Cobra Kai came out, I was kind of but I just recently started like watching it, and it has become like one of my most favorite guilty pleasure shows of all time. And one of the strangest things is Cobra Kai seems to be one of the most dedicated to following established canon shows I've ever seen, and just all the small details. Plus, the music is so over the top. To be fair, quoting the Zelda CDI game might constitute a ban, but I'm also not a mod, so don't take my word for it. Excuse me. You have to ban the whole chat. Sorry, I just totally just imagine that, like everybody getting banned and then the mods having to mutually ban each other to, to make it complete. And then once again we lose access to yet another Twitch account due to, accidents. I recently found out that somehow the login and password were lost for the original Starmen.Net Twitch account. Which, granted, it's just, like there's been just kind of like the custodian, like passing down of stuff has never been too much of an exact science. It's just, whoever has been shown to be responsible and can take over stuff. And it's naturally flowed that way. And surprisingly, it's worked very well. I mean, I don't know if there's any more details behind it. And certainly if there's any drama, I don't want to unearth that. But I just, it's like, you know what? It totally is like a thing that would happen, like just, especially since it's not like a major thing. Or is it? I mean, I don't think it is, but. Man, working hard for the bread rolls. More bread rolls, woo! Man, at this point, like the entire northern hemisphere is not going to have any more stray dogs because they're all going to be turned back to normal, and they're going to, like, I guess, turn themselves into the Humane Society or something. That's a good time. You, sir, deserve a thumbs up or something. I don't know, but just thank you for that amazing pun. If I was in the position to hand out any awards for that, I would, because, the world runs on good puns. And by good puns, I mean puns so horrible they cause physical agony from reading them. So, for those planning on submitting pictures of your sanctuary places on the thread on the board, would anyone like to share, like, what, like, ideas they've had, like, places that would, qualify? I mean, obviously, don't feel like you need to share the exact location of a real place, but just wondering if there's, like, like a park or, like, even, like, just, like, a small, like, tree or just something that you've, when you're at, you feel peace and you feel that it's part of your soundstone melody. Oh, hold on, I need to go say first. Yes, the scrapbook. And yes, Wasteland Coyote, give yourself a forum badge later. You have earned it. La c'est bon temps. I'm a. Is that French? I mean, I had a whole year of French in college, but unfortunately, it was the worst year of my life, so I don't remember much of any of it. It also did not help that the professor who was teaching it, just an amazing, lovely older lady, passed away like 3/4 of the way through the year, and that just kind of like did not help. So, so could you would you care to share a little bit more about that bubbly oasis? For the person who keeps reminding me to save, thank you, because I just realized in horror that if I die, I lose half the money I have. So, thank you. Bless you. I think I'm misreading you, PSI Nightshade, but are you saying a bread roll is your sanctuary spot? Oh, my bad. Thank you. I appreciate. Les Ebon. Oh, yeah. Painful. Yeah, okay. Actually, now I see that now. Thank you. Um, so, like, where I grew up in the deep south, there was a surprisingly really good botanical garden, and they have a Japanese garden section there. And I was going to look to see if I had any good photographs of it, because that's definitely one of my sanctuary spots. It's just one of those, like, like it had like an actual sand garden and like small waterfall, and like you could just, stay there, meditate, whatever that looks like for you, but it's just, yeah, it's just one of those things where you just kind of feel. And then also there is like a full-blown waterfall near where I lived, like, but it was like the space behind the water, like it carved out over the years. So like if you were careful, because otherwise you might fall and injure yourself, you could actually go behind the waterfall, and just it was just like this amazing, like, just connection with nature. The one plus side is, unlike normal Mardi Gras, you won't have moon pies thrown at you, possibly injuring your face or eyes, as it were. I mean, if we don't have any native French speakers in the chat, you could always give Google Translate a try. I mean, obviously, it's not 100% accurate, but yeah, I kept misreading the pain as opposed to pen, which is bread. So that was, I think, what was throwing me off. Oh yeah, it's okay if you can't. I just trying to cultivate conversation so that those who are insane enough to follow along have some enjoyment of the process, especially since I'm no longer making huge technical glitches, so there's not that to laugh at anymore. Bread ball. I guess like a hush puppy or something. For those of you not from the deep south, I don't know if that type of food is made anywhere, but basically a hush puppy is a roll of dough seasoned and deep fried because the South really basically knows only how to deep fry stuff. Um, yeah, as I am not remotely a linguist, I could not tell you. If I can think to, I'll ask my wife because she is ridiculously well traveled and has picked up dozens of phrases and expressions and words from a plethora of languages that I can't even begin to remember how many. The away salt packet. Thank you, Elven Engineer. I appreciate you stopping by and thank you for your comments and hope that you have a great night and awesome tomorrow. Hello, Edo Bean. Welcome to the party. We are currently in winters, and for reasons I can't quite understand, I decided to follow through with the challenge of trying to buy the T-Rex bat by beating up a bunch of animals and taking bread and selling the bread. It makes sense in context, mostly. And I tried to get out of this by doing like a poll asking for people to vote, so yeah, that did not work out at all. So, sorry, things are kind of glitching up a little bit. Just sorry, one moment. Spoke too soon about not having any more technical difficulties. So, bread rolls, cookies, and salt. Um, well, baking recipes do often require like at least a little bit of salt, so I guess maybe it makes some sense. I mean, granted, Earthbound is not exactly the world's most, you know. Okay, only $192 left to go. Holy crap, this may be done in the next year. Sorry, I've got to step away again to get some more water because my throat is incredibly dry. So, don't change the channel, don't go anywhere. Stay tuned because we will have even more amazing amounts of farming for a stupid baseball bat. I love and I hate all of you in equal amounts. Thank you. BRB. Trust me, Rip. Oh, uh, trust me, Ripjaw. If it was possible for me to do that, I definitely would have. You know, I love these theories. If anybody could like draw these, like I like draw like a T-Rex bat made from like an actual T-Rex bone or like a Godzilla bat, you know, formed I guess in the shape of Godzilla, like I can't do anything. I can't reward you. The art is really its own reward, but everybody here will think you're the coolest ever. Like we're talking like Fonzie from Happy Days level of cool for anyone who can do that. And that's like legendary coolness. All right, let's wait. Hold on, I gotta sell everything. All right, let's do this. We are gonna get this bat and not die in the process. The one plus side of this, though, is that I should be able to survive the cave boys when I get to near the end of this, which is normally where things go off the rails for me. So. Oh, sorry. Man, I really want pizza now. I'm not going to blame all of you guys for me not getting the pizza because it was my choice to respect the results of the election. But man, I really... Sometimes democracy is not all it's cracked up to be. That's all I'm saying. Most of the time, yes, but sometimes a benevolent tyrant is what's needed. And a benevolent tyrant with pizza would make me very happy. So, yes, I keep trying to think of great questions to ask, and I either people aren't hearing me or they just don't want to answer. But yeah, so if you get a chance to take any photos, or if you know just go through your phones and you want to contribute to the Starmen.Net photo book, scrapbook, Evelyn scrapbook. It's been called like 6 different things. I don't even know what it is anymore. But do that. It's a really cool idea because I think getting to see like the places in the world that mean a lot to us. So just I don't know. Just there's just something that's so like really cool about that. You know, being able to share. You know, and do so in a way that we're not necessarily oversharing, putting yourselves in danger from crazy wackadoodles online. Having stalkers are not fun, but it's still like really really cool thing. So. Yes, Ripjaw. I thoroughly endorse Oh my good lord, I'm sorry. I thoroughly endorse Ripjaw endorsing my statement because of him running it. There we go. And if any of you have pictures of bubble monkeys in your life, definitely include those too. I think that would be a very original contribution. Well, it doesn't have to be nature per se, because like at least one of the sanctuary spots is in Fourside, and you have to go through the sewer to get to it. Like one of the ones that I'm thinking of included is it's a Millennial Park. It's a giant jelly bean, metal subject, cloud gateway or something is what it's called. Anyway, it looks like a giant metal jelly bean, but it's just I don't know. It's just always has fascinated me, and I just have like some really good memories of the first time I came to Chicago. Just some friends literally rescued me from a life or death situation, and that was one of the things they took me to see you all up here, and just kind of it's always like resonated for me as being something special. Nice about the bugs. Oh, it is? Never mind then. For some reason, I thought it was also doing sanctuary spots, so... Huh. You see, the key thing to life that I just demonstrated is just, you know, speak with confidence, like you actually know what you're saying and doing, and generally people will believe, you know, will go along, unless of course they know that you're wrong, which in this case they were, because I was wrong, but you know what, I will, yeah, so. Oh, bird on the beach. That's cool. I'm not a huge fan of seagulls, especially when I worked at Chick-fil-A in college and was taking out the trash, and there, you know, was a huge thing of trash, and there were a dozen seagulls waiting for me, and just like flocked at me in the trash, and I like had to duck and dive out of the way before I got like Alfred Hitchcocked by the birds. Well, that's true, I suppose, Ripjaw. But you could always be a rebel and be oh, I just almost swore because you just stole a freaking bread roll. That's like a 30 minutes of progress down the drain. Well, don't worry. If anyone wants to be like me and ignore the rules of the album and put locations, be a rebel, be like me. We can all get banned together. Yeah. Well, I don't have any pictures because I've only been to Los Angeles once when I was like a teenager. But I was gonna say like the LeBrar tar pits there, which you know it's these tar pits going all the way back to prehistoric times. You know that to me has always been like a really cool type of example of what a actual sanctuary spot could be like in our world. And then you've got like several places in the Pacific Northwest. Just you know, there's just brimming with. It just feels like magic. Granting you all the nature comes, you can choose an. Oh, that's cool. Huh. That sounds like a very fun game. It's a shame. Is there like a digital version of the game by chance? Oh, sorry. Hold on 1 second. I think the cat needs to be let out of the office. Be right back. Hey, I'm back. Sorry about that. Didn't realize our cat had gotten locked in here into the little recording booth slash office we have, and she did not feel like sticking around to say hello. If she comes back though, I can maybe she'll meow for everyone. See, I keep. How is Porco Trade doing? That's a very good question that I do not have an answer for. So, can somebody check on Porco Trade to just see how things are going? Because last time I checked before we started, for some reason, the hint stock had taken another plunge, and the attempts to wipe out the zombies and threat at 3 also had dropped for some reason. I don't know why. I mean, I'm thinking there's some shenanigans going on. Okay. I just ask if that because it seems like a really fun party game, and like there were some discussions about with the Fun Fest of maybe on one of the off nights doing like some sort of like really fun like random group game together. Oh dear. Are they aviator sunglasses? Because if they're aviators, then I know we're in trouble. That's kind of wild. I don't understand why Zombie Relief Corps hasn't at all. Yeah, Great Mystery. That's what we're gonna go with. Very advanced. Yes, yes. They improved from having gerbils running on wheels to power the entire company to like rabbits and cats and dogs running on wheels. So the latest and greatest in energy technology as well. Well, someone's gonna have to help out the hint stock. Take a hint. Fobbyland is like, wait. There's a land where the Fobbies come from? That explains it. Mystery solved. I love the Fobbies so much. They're just so cute and such good experience points. And they're so kind to throw themselves at you to help. To the orange kid. I hate that little brat. I think it's because as a kid when I played Earthbound for the first time, the orange kid reminded me of this really obnoxious like jerk that I knew from school, who of course grew up to become a complete and total tool. So I feel vindicated for, hating him and hating the orange kid. Yeah, I'm gonna nod and smile and pretend I know how the stock stuff works, cause yeah, liberal arts all the way for me. Who needs that math stuff? If I need math, I'll get an accountant. I don't know where I'll get the money to hire an accountant, but yeah, I would. Magic, sorry, Arc on. Let's see, Arc once. Okay, I'm not gonna be able to pronounce your name. I apologize. Magic is the only real explanation I've seen for that. So, if someone has a better answer, please share with the class. Also, I hear tell that the first 10 people to sign up for the Cult of the Black Rectangle will get added benefits. I don't know what that means. Maybe cool superpowers? You see, the market fluctuates and moves kind of like the card shuffler in Magic Arena. Something is clearly going on, something is clearly amiss, but no one knows how to fix it, and even if they did try, it would probably break and end the universe as we know it. Sort of like a situation of dividing by zero, breaking reality. It's good to ask questions, just, make sure the questions you ask aren't going to result in unleashing eldritch horrors from beyond. If someone would do some number crunching for me, I'm assuming selling the Jeff's gun and hat would end up not being enough money and just basically draw this out even longer, correct? Alright, if next time we do this thing and we are doing this challenge, someone please remind me to use a game genie or a hack to put a ATM card in Jeff's backpack. That is a very good point. I kind of zoned out and just my brain just keeps thinking like, oh, the goats, because in my brain they technically give you more money if you have the stupid card. So yeah, I need to focus on the dogs. Thank you, thank you, thank you. If anyone sees me slipping, please say something. Assume it's like Fight Club, and if you talked about Fight Club, it ends badly. So yeah, I just noticed that I had a message from my best friend, and evidently, they were driving somewhere and literally saw a car explode on the side of the road. So yeah, but messages you just don't think you're gonna see while trying to stream the game. Figure it out. Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming there's a method to the madness of all of this, but I'm trying not to think too hardly because it's somewhat beyond human understanding, I feel. Oh, hey, we're getting a call. Hello, it's your dad. You're not my dad. Who are you? You've been out there for a long time now. It may be none of my business, but don't you think it would be a good idea if you took a break? No? Ah, and this would be. Oh, so this isn't Mario. Oh well, it's okay. Anyway, don't strain yourself on your journey. Good luck, whoever you are. Click. Bing. Well, that was weird. I don't know if I've ever seen that happen before. I know Todd doesn't have a phone. Well, the wild thing is that even with Ness, you can still get the call before you have a call. So I guess you've got the fan theories that Ness's dad is actually Nin, so he could communicate with him psychically. How that would work with others, I don't know. But yeah, I do love the little extra dialogue. I mean, just all the small touches in this game. I mean, it's just. I am not shocked at all about there being a Blue Oyster Cult reference to the music. I mean, Toy, is his connection to Western pop culture and music. I mean, it's clearly all over these games. I don't know how involved he was with the. By the way, whoever suggested me to just focus on the dogs and the bread rolls, God bless you. If we ever meet in person, remind me, and I'll buy you like a basket of bread rolls as a thank you, and a cookie. You see, I assume the photo man is works for whoever Buzz worked for, and that they are, some kind of pot. Oh, bugger! Absolutely, spread the bread. All I'm saying is that like if we ever decide to do another in-person, Starmen.Net get together, and we want to pick a major city like Chicago where there's a bunch of ton of awesome and amazing food, definitely would be a good idea. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge to whoever could organize that. Yeah, I love like the all the just like small musical touches. Does anybody who is a much more cooler and awesome Mother fan than me, does anyone know how much a toy had in term influence on the soundtrack? Like, did he like you can't prove anything? Yeah, yeah, that makes sense. Personally, if I was going to tell anybody what stocks to invest in, I would say definitely hit up Hint, hit up the Zombie Relief Corps, and definitely we gotta support Dr. Andonuts, okay? Like, we need this man's technology today. He is bringing the future to us today. And if we don't respect that, if we don't work to get this science, who knows what the future is going to be like? We are at war with Gygus, or however you pronounce his other name, Gayu. See, this is why I need a co-host, because I can't pronounce anything to save my life. And so unless someone puts it like in phonetic spelling in the chat, I can't really do much. So, yeah. Let's see. You see, man, like I played music in band in high school and at church, and then me and my friends started our own band. I just have never been very good at music theory, so how people can like hear and then tell you like the, like what was that, the seventh minor third. I mean, that's just amazing. And I'm surrounded by people who are ridiculously smart in wide varieties of an area, and what I bring to the table is that I can read and remember stuff. So I mean, that's, but like just anyone who's able to like just, like with perfect, not even perfect pitch per se, but being able just to catch that stuff, that's like so cool. Giggles the clown is going down. I mean, don't get me wrong, I hate clowns on principle, and they're terrifying, but I'm not sure if I quite got the reference there. Just so like, okay, Nightshade, I don't know what you just did, but I going off of all the legal thrillers I've watched, don't say anything and wait for a lawyer. That's if you're in the United States. If you're anywhere else, I genuinely have no idea. So good luck, Nightshade, whatever you did. Hopefully you're not living up to your name, Nightshade, which is a type of poisonous plant. So. Oh, those lawyers. Okay, my bad. I mean, just, I look up and I just see, like, I need to go talk to a lawyer. Like, that's generally not a good sign for anything. Like, I wasn't expecting him to be like, oh no, oh, oops, guys, sorry, accidentally, like, did a murder thing, BRB. But, anyway, I digress. I've also had like 4 cups of coffee since we started, so my brain is like, if I drink another cup of coffee, I'm probably going to start seeing the matrix code, and then, it's just going to go crazier from there. So close, yet so far away. I never want to see another bread roll, or salt, or a cookie again. Ever. And for the record, unless someone is actually going to send me a pizza, this is the first and the last challenge I'm doing tonight. And by send me a pizza, I don't mean like, a Little Caesars $5. I'm talking you're going to have to get me like a Chicago deep dish, like $80 pizza, because it's basically lasagna pizza for me to even remotely consider doing another challenge. And even then, there's no guarantee I'm going to. Welcome back. Maxwell is just so wholesome, he just reminds me of just like the teachers I had in the past that were just really encouraging, especially like in high school. There was like 2, like, was it physical science and then chemistry? And even though I'm awful at math and science, they were still very encouraging, very supportive, and like, they just encouraged kids to, even if they weren't, necessarily gifted towards that, to like explore and just, experience educating and learning about things that, you never would else. I should have made a separate save, that way I could have done both the level 1 challenge. Drake Inferno, my man, my brother, thank you. Okay, if anyone sees me going to try and talk to the trumpet person, make sure you yell at me. I mean, I realize you can't physically yell at me, but just like do like caps so I don't forget. 5, oh my god. I think Ness was like level 23 or 24, so I'm definitely not going to try to get Jeff that high. 5 cave boys. Oh yeah, because is it because the cave boys, they'll call for help? Is that the idea behind it? Or does it mean just like going after 5 without, stopping to rest? Although, I mean, it would be both amazing and more than a little disconcerting for just, you know, 20 minutes from now, like the buzzer for the door goes off and I go there and there's like a pizza waiting for me. Kind of cool, also scary, and logic and rationale would, say, hey, maybe we shouldn't eat the pizza from the internet, but it's pizza. Pizza's not bad. You can't blame pizza. Pizza's never evil. It's kind of like there are no bad dogs. There are no bad pizzas. Just the occasionally bad chef? Baker? I don't know. What? I think it just had an existential moment. Is the culinary art of making pizza baking? Because, it's baking, right? Someone? Anyone? Don Gonzalez. Cooking? Yeah, I don't. Like I said, I think my brain had just an existential meltdown for a moment. I mean, so baked, okay. You do not bake a pizza. I mean, the reason why I say that is because, like what I mentioned with Chicago style pizza, I mean, it is no exaggeration to say that usually they're like, could be 3 to 4 inches thick because of just, it's basically lasagna in the form of pizza, except, it tastes like pizza and not lasagna, so. But yeah, okay, baked. Okay, that answers that question. I have never heard of deep fried pizza. Oh, bugger. Ah. Somebody tell the Billy Goat Crufts to stop being so rude and grumpy. Yeah, did I read that? Like deep fried pizza? Or did I ask the Scots? Sorry, that just reminded me of Doctor Who, Matt Smith's first episode when he meets, the 11th Doctor meets Amy for the first time, and he's like, I'm hungry, make me some food. And she's like, what? You're Scottish? Fry something. And of course, written by Steve Moffat, who is Scottish, so that just makes it even better, in my humble opinion. I try not to ever be like a food snob because people love what they love, but one time I did have family visiting me up here and they're like, oh, let's get real Italian food since there's like so much Italian up here. And then their first thought was, after saying that, let's go to the Olive Garden. And then a part of my soul died. Deep fried pizza. Okay, I'm gonna have to click on this link. I'm sorry, people. You gotta give me a second because I've never heard of this sort of thing before. Okay. It is going to take a small lifetime to load, so we'll come back to it. Is it real food that is deep? I mean, the thing is with Olive Garden is, with the exception of the salads, everything is pre-packaged. So, like for example, most of the relationships I've had, just coincidentally, they've been allergic to gluten or corn, and so trying to say, oh yeah, is there any way to do you have any gluten-free pasta or something that doesn't have it? And they're like, no, sorry, it all comes together. And it's like, wait, seriously, all the food here comes frozen in like a pack that they just throw into like a skillet or whatever. So yeah. So don't worry, Drake. I'm pretty sure that's just the rectangle, which must not be stared at, is their way of saying hello, and that you might be chosen for greater and bigger things. Yeah, I mean, I would like, you know, to me, with like a cheap frozen pizza, if you get spices like just from Walmart or whatever the equivalent near you, get some garlic, get some Italian, um, oregano, and season to flavor, and those can really turn a awful mediocre pizza into something that's a little bit better. If I didn't know better, Nightshade, I would think you're trying to distract me so that I do this even slower in order to build up big bread stocks or something. Big bakery. I don't really know what you would call it, but someone's making out like a bandit. That's all I'm saying. Oh, that sounds like heaven. I know, I know. I was just messing. I didn't think you were actually trying to distract, so just to clarify. But yeah, man, I just. Okay, so pretty much at this point, it's agreed that if there is another Starman dot, you know, whatever, like can't fan gamer, there has to be pizza nearby, good pizza. You can do a poll on that, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be unanimous or almost unanimous. And we could potentially, nominate Reed to pay for us to have pizza, right? That's how leadership works, right? Oh yeah, the pepper flakes. Those are really good. Like the red pepper. Ugh, good stuff. Good stuff. Sorry, just 1 second. Yes, garlic powder is good. Because of my aversion to sunlight, my wife jokes that like I've got to be like a quarter vampire or something. And then my response is usually when I'm like seasoning a pizza, whether it's homemade or whatever, I put a tremendous amount of garlic on it, and it's like, yep, yep, it's because I'm only a fifth vampire that I can handle this much garlic. It is actually kind of amazing what how red pepper, like black pepper, red pepper flakes, and then even sriracha sauce can like improve the taste and flavor of stuff. I'm not a super hot, spicy guy by any stretch of the imagination, but just a little bit of the right amount, and it's fantastic. Now, another cookie. I have actually never tried that. Red, red pepper, not paper, not red paper. Oh, uh, 120 to go. got this. Oh, get back here, dog. I insist you get back here and bring me a bread roll. There we go. Good doggy. I've actually have not had a lot of Korean food or Thai food. Part of it is because in the area that I live, like there's a very strong Japanese presence. I mean, there's even literally a Japanese shopping mall called Mitsuya Marketplace, where it has a bunch of like retail stores from Japan. It has a full-blown grocery store that the first time I went into, I like almost squeed out loud, and my wife was like, "What is wrong with you?" I was like, "It's like Persona 4. It's like Junes," and she's like, "I don't know what those words mean." Like, okay, yeah, you're more normal than I am. But the point being is, though, it is fantastic, and they have like this amazing pork bowl place that it's just like, I'm not a very big fan of eating pig, but it is just like, it's amazing. It is almost a categorically religious experience, and will give you like more faith in the goodness of humanity and the universe. It is so good. Who's great at your dreamness? Ah, man. Like, the Persona series is one of those series that like renewed my faith in video games being able to tell a good story. Nice, nice. I've not had a chance to play the Persona 3 remake. Um, I played and beat the portable version, and it was okay. It's just the problem is that I played Persona 1, 2, 4, and then 3. And just honestly, like it's still 3 is a really good game. It is like the darkness of it, like and it's also like a transition game between Persona 2 to Persona 4 and 5. I mean, not just like literally because it's number 3, but because it still has a lot of the darker themes of Persona 2, like the Persona 2 duology it's centered around rumors coming to life, and then your group trying to manipulate those rumors to stop bad stuff from happening. But of course, it's just one of those things where like repercussions ripple, and it's just uh, like if they actually do a Persona 2 remake, I might not be able to survive the good news because of how much I love it. And then Persona 4 just renewed my faith, like I said, it just in video games telling stories, because it hits so many good things. If you do Persona 2, I would suggest using like a guide on game FAQs. Um, not, and I mean, partly because every character, like with the 5 characters you have, any of them can equip almost any persona, and so learning like um, knowing which personas are better than others and which ones can be combined to do like these massive group attacks. Um, but it's also, the difficulty isn't super hard. It's much more linear. It doesn't have the life sim stuff. And practically every time something happens, like all of the NPCs in the giant city, which has like 5 different wards, all of them will have different dialogue. And so if you're an obsessive compulsive like me, you have to go and see what all the new updates are. But every NPC, over the course of the game, almost every single NPC has a small storyline that of at least 8 to 12 different new lines of dialogue that'll change depending on what's going on. And I just realized I'm like gushing over this when this is Earthbound, so I'm supposed to be playing Earthbound, but yeah, no, I absolutely adore the Persona series, and I hold them up in terms of like amazing to the same level I do Chrono Trigger and Earthbound. Absolutely. Obi-Wan, Obi-Wan. Can someone please like help me with like phonetical spellings? I just cannot for the life of me. Anyway, hope you can make it back before the world ends, because it's just still taking a little while to do this. Slowbro Obi-Wan, yeah, Slowbro one. English good. Yeah, I do. Persona 3 Reloaded is like it has like it it's like the combining of like the peanut butter and chocolate that Persona 4 perfected, and I think Persona 5 Royal like found a way to elevate. And I really wish they would stop spending almost a decade between games because holy crap, that's so long to wait. But I am stoked for when it comes out. Like I genuinely did not know what to expect from Persona 5, and it blew me away, especially, like I said, the Royal version. I have beef with... Ah? Do you care to elaborate on said beef? Let's say this, I'll talk about Chrono Trigger. Oh yeah, no, I mean, like, I grew up in the golden age of the JRPG, like, and got to play Earthbound and Chrono Trigger as a kid when they came out, and that just blew my mind. Like, that, and the same summer, like 95, 96, reading The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings for the first time, it just was just, like, the perfect, like, combination of all those amazing stories, and just, it inspired me to want to write, to want to you know, to create, because it's just, story is just one of the most important inventions humanity has came up with to help ourselves and to just make the world a little bit better. All right, like $65 left and we're good. Yeah, that's the Persona 4 Golden definitely has issues. They had to recast at least two characters, Teddy Chia, and after Persona 4 Golden, they had to recast Kanji's voice actor because he, oh gosh, I'm trying to remember his name. He's like a really famous voice actor now. Voice actor who is like in everything. Troy Baker. Yeah, yeah. So they had to recast him because they couldn't afford anymore. Like Final Fantasy, I always kind of forget about Final Fantasy 6 because I didn't get a chance to play it till like my teen years, and I only finally beat it like last year after trying for so long. But I just thematically, Final Fantasy 6 is amazing. I love how it's structured like an opera. I mean, I'm not really a huge opera fan, but you know, and then you have an opera with an opera, and it's just so well written. Like, I know Final Fantasy VII Remake. I haven't played the second one, so please, for God's sake, no spoilers about the second Persona 7, or about the second Final Fantasy VII Remake. But if they were going to do the remake on anything, I really wish they would do 6 and or 5, because I like both of those games. They have so much more that could be brought forward. You know, so much that they couldn't fit into the Super Nintendo. Yeah, Troy Baker. Yep, Kanji. Yeah, I didn't even realize it until like a couple of years ago. Then I just like now I can't unhear Troy Baker. I will say with Persona 4 Golden, they did kind of like wedge in, like not wedge, forced in the extra plot. I mean, there were some elements of it that was already there, um, and I do appreciate them at least trying. I will say that Persona 5 Royal almost did a good job at incorporating the additional. You little fiend of Satan! Stole a bread roll. If there's one complaint I have about Earthbound is that you can never recover stolen stuff. Freaking birds, man. I am glad that I've been able to make it entertaining. I mean, especially because this got off at such a rocky start. And I was like, okay, I'm going to get banned from Starmen.Net and asked to never participate in an event again. So this stream has been awesome because of you guys, because of the Starmen.Net community. And honestly, just even getting to do this is just like a dream come true, because I've been on the for the most part like a lurker for forever, and just only the last few years actually starting to really interact because of feeling I can contribute something to the conversation. So it's just, I really have made this a joy, and I hate level grinding with a passion. So So believe me when I say it is definitely, it takes a good group of people to make something like this so much fun. And I didn't realize Matt Mercer took over the role of Kanji. That's cool. I did enjoy the Persona 4 anime. You know, compress the blasted stupid goats. Yeah, I kind of do agree with you, Persona 5. If they would have like found a way to better incorporate having another semester rather than because like um like theology and philosophy are like the degrees I studied in, and hopefully we'll have PhDs in at some point. So I loved all of the references to Kabbalahism and Christian mysticism and Gnosticism in Persona 5. Like it was basically kind of like Neon Genesis Evangelion, except minus the utter despair and pointlessness of life, because that stuff gets really dark. So I do appreciate what they were doing with Persona 5, and just kind of like how each dungeon and each character had like some aspect of like that would relate to themes and ideas within you know, Jewish mysticism, Christian mysticism, and all that. Sleep well and dream of bread rolls. Absolutely. I think I may have exhausted the supply of dogs because I just keep finding these stupid crows. I need to finish Persona 5 Strikers. I like I was in like probably like a third of the way through it, and then our lovely, wonderful cat decided to dive bomb my PlayStation 4 when it was on. Thankfully, it didn't break the disc, but it broke like it broke it, so I had to replace it, and I didn't have a PS like subscription at the time, so my saves weren't uploaded, and so I lost a ton of progress. And when that happens with a game, it takes me a lot of energy to start playing again. That's why it took me until last year to finally beat Mother 3, because I had 4 separate laptops. Excuse me, 4 separate quote-unquote Game Boy Advances, that's what it was, die trying to play the game, and so it would be another couple years before I tried, so it's just... Ugh. But speaking of Neon Genesis Evangelion, I didn't realize they finally finished the Reconstruction movies, and I watched all of them in like 36 hours last week while packing and writing and doing all sorts of other stuff. And I really like what they did with the ideas and thoughts of the original anime, because I believe it's supposed to be like a sequel series that with a different potential future. So if you ever try Neon Genesis Evangelion and didn't get anything out of it, give the reconstructions on Amazon Prime a go. And unfortunately, I'm not a paid spokesman to say that, but you know. Aw, that's a shame. We gotta help Reed get back to last place, everybody. You know, that's what we can do for our one of the founding fathers of Starmen.Net. Am I right? We gotta help him fail harder. Because that's how you show respect to people that you love. Oh, stupid dog turning into a stupid goat. I am terrified to even know where my ranking is in the stock market, because I had just been making so many bad choices and decisions that I thought were going to pay off, that I kind of just zoned out for a bit and just kind of let, you know, the thing do its own. So, besides watching the bread rolls roll in, what's everyone up to tonight? Assuming anyone is still there and you haven't all like fled because of this. Yeah, I mean that's basically how the real life stock market works. I mean, you've got the top 1% who literally every day the what they own causes them to generate more money than an average person will earn in a lifetime, and then the 99% of putting in and hoping to be able to get some kind of boost and to earn a little bit of money back. So I can't say it's a completely rigged racket, but that's cool. Yeah, I mean I've enjoyed Strikers. I think the one thing that is like I enjoyed that. I enjoyed Persona 4 Arena. I think the one thing that's kind of always made me kind of on the way that you do the sequels is that there's no way to like carry over like your relationships. Like, and we don't need to get into a shipping war, but I'm just saying the main character of Persona 4 Golden is definitely shipped with Yukiko, and then the main character of 5 is definitely shipped with Haru. But, we don't all have to have the correct opinion like mine is. I don't judge for that. I actually kind of did like the new character with Royal. I mean, it did some interesting stuff, especially with dealing with the concepts of like loss and blaming yourself for the death of a loved one. And I think anyone who, as a kid, had a family member die unexpectedly, there's this irrational blaming of yourself, or you could just be me. But nice. Drake, one of these days, man, we got to get you on here to like play and like, get to hear some of that. Yeah, I mean, that is the downside of Striker, but that's been like, even like with, if there was even a small way to carry over the romantic relationships, because, when I ship, I go all in. We're talking building like a freaking navy with this kind of shipping. Oh, that's cool. I didn't realize there was any of that, so I will. That's actually kind of encouraging me to go play, because that is honestly the social sim aspects of like Persona 3 through 5 is just part of what I love so much about them. And I really hope that with the Persona 6 that they'll give you some better options, that the people you decide not to be in a relationship with, where it doesn't feel like you're like leading them on, then you're something like, oh yeah, I just want to be friends, and like, sorry, build that up. What helped my anxiety was there are on game FAQs, there are some non-spoiler guides that basically tell you what to do each day or give suggestions. That's actually a very good point, Fallen Aether. Unfortunately, I am not her arrow ace, but I do essentially have like this very convoluted web of shipping within, especially Persona 5, and with a like hint and dash of polyamory, but that's neither here nor there. Oh, nice. Thank you for the reminder. Thank you, Drake. I just spit water, and thankfully I did not get it on my SNES, quote unquote, but jeez, man, just like I just spat water everywhere. Thank you. That was. I did not expect that. Okay, I've got to find more of these dogs because it's getting ridiculous. Here, Cujo. Here, boy. Gotta turn you back to normal. Oh, there we go. So speaking of like good RPGs, my wife got me a copy of Yakuza Like a Dragon for my birthday, and oh wow, it just blew my mind. Like, it's like up there in my mind, like it has its flaws, but just with the way that it deals with ideas like masculinity and what it means to be a man in society, and you know, and bearing in mind this is all Japanese culture, so I mean it's like really hard hitting about toxic male culture and just all these things, and it's just like speaks to me in a way that I, you know, as an adult, I didn't really ever expect a game to. So if you want to just, you know, something completely off the rails, bonkers and fun, because the originally Yakuza was like a beat 'em up action game, and they're now JRPGs. And the reason why they're a JRPG is the main character is such a geek that he, and like obsessed with Dragon Warrior, he sees everything in RPG terms. So all of the battles become turn-based. And like he'll even see like the people, like the bosses will like turn into these giant monsters. He's like, is anybody else seeing this? And like, dude, what are you on? Like, no, there's like nothing. There's no like flaming monster. What the heck? But yeah, no, yeah, so yeah, Yakuza Like a Dragon, 2 thumbs up. Need more bread rolls. I actually still need to play Persona Q1 and 2. Um, I actually have not owned a Nintendo console since the Super Nintendo, and I did have a Game Boy Color, and a friend of mine gave me his spare Nintendo DS. So yeah, I'm just completely behind in everything Nintendo. Do we have, I know a long time ago there was like a thread on the board with like people collecting like jokes and like sayings that people did. We need someone to like make a post and then put like Drake's joke there on that, and because I just feel there's like a lot of one-off crazy wacky jokes that can get lost, that need to be like preserved for posterity's sake, so that our great grandchildren, when they are on Starmen.Net, because this is evidently somehow became a generational like part, you know, like passing down our usernames or something, you know, more of our history will be, you know, preserved. Yeah, and like I said, I know like on one of the older forums from way back then, when probably a good number of you were even alive, he says, dying a little inside from being so old, that there was at some point. So if anybody would like to go make that post on the forum, I will plead with the people of Pork Trade or Porco or whatever the heck it's called to give you like an extra like $50 or $100 in Eagle Land dollars. I've never understood how USB cables. There's only 2 choices, yet it takes me 3 to 4 tries to plug stuff in. I don't understand how that works. Is there like a is there like some sort of like deeper universal secret there that I'm not aware of that, you know, explains this? Because it feels like something you need to go like meditate like in, you know, like the wilderness for, and like maybe you'll reach some sort of like state of perfect peace and understand. Awesome, thank you. Uh, Fallen Aether? Once again, I'm sorry. I promise I'm not illiterate. I just cannot pronounce anything. I mean, that is sort of the hyper awareness and overthinking. That is basically like a prerequisite for joining Starmen.Net, I think. As a non-mathematician who won't even pretend to understand what that said, I will give you a nod and a thumbs up and say, yeah. So, for the most part, I've tried to stick with usernames that I can pronounce. This particular gem of a username comes from all the way back in, the days of AOL. Um, and when I started doing MMOs, a friend of mine suggested I use the name Ninten because in Japanese it can mean, depending how you translate it, luck is in heaven's hands, or leave luck to heaven, and always thought that was really cool. Um, of course, later find out, oh yeah, Ninten, the protagonist of Mother 1. How about that? But also, so like using Ninten for the longest time was easy to pronounce. But then when I joined an MMO where that name was taken, I kept trying to make all these different, sort of similar but not spellings, and somehow ended up with Ninten with an extra E at the end and accidentally clicked yes. And so that was a joy, having to try and get, pronounce to people, and for people trying to, spell it. I'm just like, yeah, it's Ninten, just the last E is silent. It's a linguistic thing. Don't overthink it. The song here in the store feels like something that would get annoying, but for some reason I just absolutely adore it. All right, so my suggestion is when I get like this T-Rex bat, everybody needs to queue up right before we do it, like Queens, we are the champions, and that way I can't, obviously we can't broadcast it without or losing, being struck down and like copyright infringement and all that. But you can like play it on your end, and I can play it on mine, and we can just like have this moment of celebration of fist pumps in the air, and like, yeah, we did it. For some bizarre reason, we did it. So, hold on to your hats, kids. We are almost there. I have no idea if it's 38 or 39. I stopped counting, and my eyes are almost bleeding from the math. All I know is I need bread rolls, and bread rolls stat. Must have bread rolls. By the way, Fiend. So, refresh my memory. Was there a particular reason why Jeff was called Todd? I think I made the joke about, Todd in the Shadows, and I think that's maybe where the music note came from, which if you've never have seen his pop music reviews, they are amazing, especially his series called One Hit Wonderland, where he covers one-hit wonders, and then Train Records, where he analyzes albums that destroyed an artist's career. Oh, okay, cool. Okay, that's what I thought it was. So yeah, I absolutely love Todd. Back, first discovered him back when Channel Awesome was a thing, and way too much of a decade ago. And so I've always loved his work. Oh no. Don't want no goats. Not gonna no guff here. Okay. Yeah. It was wonderful chaos, and I just kept saying banana in large letters because I like bananas and I like banana flavor, and I wanted a banana theme. And beyond that, I don't really remember much of that night, so thank you. A toad joke? Okay, that's fair. So close. So bloody close. Wait. Are British swears okay? Because, yeah, I didn't even think about that. I mostly, with working retail, I mostly took up using British swears to avoid offending people. And I realize that's going to probably be a problem if I ever actually go to the UK. But, just, don't want to offend if I can help it. Banned forever. Go figure. This is like my 5th or 6th banning tonight, and all of them have been forever. So, like, does there just reach a point where, like, you guys, like, call, like, the FBI or something and they, like, revoke my internet privileges for life? Oh my god, that poor Buzz. Like, I just was like, let the man die. Let the bug die. He's already suffering. Make it stop. Wait, 20? Holy crap, I might actually have enough now. Banned for 6 forevers? Okay. So I guess that means in 6 eternities, I'll be back. And I'll get to stream Earthbound again. So yeah, just gotta wait for a while. Oh, everyone, someone get a screenshot. It's, we got the number of the beast. It's 666 in, dollars. Okay, that was at least funnier in my head. I'm getting a screenshot, so. I do not remember how to do that. I realize I am used very easily, so. Oh, come on. Well, okay. Correction. A better translation of the Greek from that is money is the root of many kinds of evil. So, sorry, not to be pedantic, but studying ancient Greek was one of the things I did. So it's yeah, like I said. And I think it's also a lot more interesting when you stop to think, instead of trying to blame everything on money, it's a multitudes. And really, evil is just something that was good, but twisted and taken in a way that it was not meant to be. Okay, so hold on one second. Trying to find a shortcut here. Aha! Okay. Oh, no, stop that. Bad computer. Bad Super Nintendo. There we go. I feel special now. Thank you for your patience. Bugger. I thought I had it. Alright, I need $8. Can anyone in chat spare me $8? Come on, just need 8 Eagle End dollars. Come on. Yeah, so with the phrase, the King James translation of the Bible is absolute trash, and I hate it for many reasons as a theologian. Part of it is because the language is so archaic that if you're going to teach from it, you're essentially translating from Middle English to English. So you might as well be translating from the original, what copies we have of manuscripts. The King James translation was also not done because the New Testament was originally written in a form of Greek called Koine Greek. And Koine Greek is for the longest time, historians had no idea where it came from because the Bible was pretty much the New Testament of the Bible was the only examples we had of it until one archaeological dig. They found a bunch of notes and letters, and it turns out Koine Greek of the Bible was written, it's the common tongue, it's slang Greek. And so there's a lot of phrases in the New Testament that don't have really good translations. For example, the phrase homosexual was only added to the New Testament in terms of being a sin until post World War II. A much better, translation of that would be pedestry, which was basically like a socially acceptable way for rich men to assault boys. And so if you read the New Testament in the light of that, it's not saying that the LGBTQ community are wrong. It's saying like abusing power, especially over other sexual power, over others, is bad. So sorry, I didn't mean to like get into like controversial territory. It's just one of those things that if I see it, my brain just starts going 90 miles per hour. So translation is also, it's just like it's an art form, and it's just really easy to lose a lot of nuance, and especially if someone is translating with like an agenda, like you have people who try to literally translate like the scripts of video games, and they come off reading awful because like Japanese is such a different language from English, and then English is such a ridiculously different language than Greek. And thank you for pointing out we have the money now, because I got into lecture mode by accident, and none of you are paying to take a class on Koine Greek, so I'm gonna hush and go sell crap. So thank you for your awesome support during this amazingly terrible idea. We can finally leave, thank God. Now I can afford coffee, absolutely. Especially since I'm a snob who likes to get his own coffee beans. All right, here we go, everybody. You ready? You ready? Here we go. Do you have Queen queued up? All right, start this in 3, 2, and 1. Yes, buy it. No, you evil man. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to, like, because I know that, certain topics with religion and politics, and I don't want to ever make people feel excluded. It's just, since it's an area of my study and I have a passion for, and when something comes up, I always like to share, because, it's, I try to look at it from a way of just, trying to, like, say, even if you don't, believe this or whatever, believe what you believe. It's just, it's just kind of cool to realize that language developed, and because of the way language developed, it's changed how we perceive stuff, and culture changes with language, and it's just like this very complicated mess. So that's why I think it's, when I said earlier, like, I think one of the most important things we could ever do is just learn to be kind to each other, because communication is usually the issue. And this may be overly generous, but I do believe at least like 75 to 80% of people in the world, they're good at heart. They just don't know how to express themselves, or they just don't understand what other people are saying, and so that leads to bad stuff happening. Did you hear speed run? Oh God. We have the T-Rex bat. Yes, everyone. Yes, we can leave this god-forsaken, hellish snow winter landscape of doom. I'm pretty sure that like if we could like explore winters a little bit more, there's probably like, since this is set in the 90s, like probably Metal Gear Solid is like taking place like 2 islands over, Earthbound's version of it at least. Thank you to whatever entity out there that helped us survive this far. I just need a frickin' save. Alright. Y'all ready to cross this lake? I will take your silence as a yes. Oh right, I have to... What? Oh yeah, thank you. I was trying to figure out what I was doing wrong, so yes, thank you. Fuzzy Pickles. I will say one of my most favorite moments of my life was my best friend, who we've known each other since kindergarten, and we're still really good friends all these years later. At his wedding, I was his best man, and then, like, you know, there's like a group photo for like everybody there, and then he just like yelled out right before taking the picture, like, "All right, say Fuzzy Pickles," and I'm just like, and like everybody was just so confused by that because, you know, for the most part we were like the only, you know, two geeks in like a 50-mile radius, but you know, it was beautiful. It was hilarious. Huh. Awesome. Thank you, Fallen Ether. I need to put that on my Twitch to show just, you know, how hardcore the Starmen.Net community are and how we are insane. We willingly torture ourselves for reasons no one can explain. So let us enjoy this nice little beautiful piece of music that we've earned the hard way. The rule of beginning is as follows: we either eat it or we write it. That's true. That's true. Or in the case of being in the woods, trusting the bears over random strange men. So, bye, Tessie. Beautiful, weird, purple dinosaur thing. Oh, Drake, don't stab yourself, man. Dude, Tess. I mean, I appreciate you were so excited to see Tessie, but please don't, like, injure yourself in the process. That's not good. That's no bueno. Fare thee well, Tessie. May we see each other again down this road. And if not in this lifetime, then hopefully in the next. Alright, stupid goat. I'm pretty sure you cannot get around this goat being here, that it's always here. And normally I don't spend 3 hours grinding, so normally Jeff is not level 11 or whatever the heck he is, so it's always like, I hope I don't die. Okay. Oh. Huh. A pencil. For some weird reason, a pencil-shaped iron statue is blocking the path. Well, that's definitely special. This dungeon has no entrance fee. Come on in. Okay, that's... Welcome to my modest dungeon. Brick Road. You know, I've always kind of thought Brick Road was kind of a weird name, but hey, you know, an accidental sacrifice before Tessie. Oh my God, that's hilarious. All right, so obviously we still got a little ways to go before getting to the end of this play point, but you know, I've let's see, I broke Twitch, I managed to talk about controversial things in both religion and politics by accident. I don't know. Is there anything else I could do to get myself banned before the night's over? I mean, you know, accidentally, of course. Shoutouts to the Brick Road. The man knows his dungeon mechanics. This is true. This is very true. I mean, and it's also, a good point because, Guy is crazy enough to want to literally become a walking dungeon, but, hey. I always felt really bad for the worthless protoplasm because, it doesn't seem worthless to me. I mean, granted, it can't really do anything, but, if the stupid thing just wouldn't attack, it wouldn't get hurt. Hey, a broken iron. Well, I mean, they're kind of like the oozes from, wait, falling materials. Oh, ah. Double posting on the forum. Oh man, back in the day, that was really a good way to get yourself torn a new one. Honestly, it was those kind of rules that made me scared to even post because I didn't want to like offend or say the wrong thing. I'm so glad we have like chilled out and out of necessity, but still like bringing up old posts and or accidentally double posting. No signatures on IFs. The photo man was, I guess, used in the construction of this dungeon. That would make sense. Stupid butterfly. Whoa. See, I keep reading the Photo Man as the Proto Men, like the band, the Proto Men, and so I was like, wait, what about the Proto Men? Oh, they're not in this game. Yeah, that's true. That's more of a Mega Man meets rock meets Meatloaf. Awesome band. If you've never listened to the Proto Men, they basically take the first 3 Mega Man albums and they kind of redone the story. And it just is this amazing, epic, like rock operetta of exploring like, various themes of, what it means to be human, sacrifice. I mean, it's just they're just they kill it. I mean, Mega Man X was the game that really connected me with the Mega Man games because you could like do stuff like the double jumping and the dashing, and you didn't have to be quite as exact onto the right pixel like the original Mega Man games. Because once again, you could like use like the wall climb and stuff like that. Because I beat like the first 2 Mega Man games, but it just was not. Stun gun. Huh. Nice. Right. Guess who's got 2 thumbs and is gonna run screaming away from all of the cave boys? Yeah, if you ever get a chance, if you want to like see why I think the Proto Men are such an awesome band, besides their like albums you can find on like Spotify and other streaming stuff, go to like their like search YouTube for Magfest and Proto Men, and like their live shows are just so killer because besides like the multiple like genre spanning of their playing, they also do some amazing covers. Like I argue that their version of In the Air Tonight, their cover of the Phil Collins songs, is the definitive version. And also they do an amazing cover of Iron Maiden's The Trooper. Anyway, maybe it was too easy. My name's Brick Road, the dungeon developer. I devoted my life to making dungeons. By combining my skills and Dr. Intelligence, I can become Dungeon Man. Sorry, that was my best, like, Batman voice, so I have to try again later. I am the first combination of human and dungeon in history. Let's meet again once I have become Dungeon Head. Yeah, that actually, just his facial hair is so weird. Get your flask. Sorry, HVN's chai. I don't quite. I feel like I'm missing a reference. Either way, rock on. Yeah, I love Brick Road too. It's just also Heaven Chai. Okay, cool. Just bear in mind, I'm not going to be able to remember to pronounce it like that. So if everyone keeps reminding me it's Heaven Chai, possibly by the 30th time, my brain might have made the connection. Whoa. I do not remember there being a cultural version of the slugs, but hey, how about that? I do love Brick Road. I mean, like, he's weird as heck, and I don't quite get his thing, but I mean, hey, you know what? He had dreams, he had goals, he had passions, and you know what? He went the distance. You know, they said combining a dungeon and a human together was a stupid, ridiculous, and insane idea, but did Dungeon Man let that stop him? No. He went all the way. Confusingly, he went all the way. That, yeah, it's kind of weird how certain names will be allowed, but I promise I'll do my best to remember. Heaven Chai, thank you for joining if you just did, and if not, thank you for watching and saying something. Yeah, I mean that's the thing about turning yourself into like a 150-foot tall stone monument that can kind of move. You do sort of lose a little bit of mobility, as it were. Although you would think he could trample through a couple of trees, but what do I know? Oh no, what's the announcement? What did you do? What did you do? Hey! Long distance high five, man. Like, if anyone pulled up, like Queen's We're the Champion or like Survivor or like Eye of the Tiger by Survivor, we definitely need to play it in honor of Arch1C thing I can't pronounce. That's awesome. Congratulations. You see what happens to people when we combine our our strengths, combine and collectively work together. We can accomplish anything. We can accomplish coming in last place. Now, isn't that inspiring? Doesn't that just speak to your soul? That, hey, I can be a failure. And you can do it. You know? I love this place. Is this the first like GPP where someone like hasn't died? Because I'm pretty sure like the rest of the people that like they died multiple times over and over again. Or am I just misremembering something? Nice. Well, hey, congratulations on failure. Never forget, you can fail. I still have no idea what, did Jack die? I may have misremembered. It's been like a crazy week, so my memory is like dead. Okay, so hey, I will have to do my best to remember to try and die or something. I don't know. Yes, that would do it. A strutting evil mushroom. Captain Cocoa Tribes. Oh, yeah. I'm so sorry, Heaven Chai. Yes, okay, that actually, yeah, my brain is just... I apologize. I have gotten about 3 hours of sleep each night this week due to just so much going on, so yeah, I fully apologize. And... yes. Okay. On the cookie. I swear, if tomorrow someone takes a challenge and throws the T-Rex bat out after like the 3 hours, I am going to be so irritated. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to lose sleep over it, but I'm just going to say, come on, don't want to do that. All right, take it easy. Arc on 1C. I cannot English. That's true. It was just more of like a time-consuming and almost like a... yeah, I really should just shut up while I'm behind. But yeah, no, it was mostly time-consuming and an experiment in how long I could just talk about random topics, trying to keep the flow going and hopefully not say anything too unnecessarily controversial. Aww. Kayuki, she's my type. Yeah, they are awesome. I will beg them not to throw away the T-Rex bat. That whatever challenges they take, if they're going to get rid of the T-Rex bat, just send it to Tracy. Speaking of controversial, sorry, 1 second. Well, let's see. Do I trust Tracy more, or do I trust the lovely, insane people who are part of the Starmen.Net community and others who may stream? I think I trust Tracy more. I mean, honestly. You kids don't look very bright. Well, dude, you don't look very bright. You're using the plural when there's one person in front of you. These stones are making a pattern. It's called Stonehenge. UFOs often visit here. You must have seen it on TV or read about in the tabloids. Yes, that Stonehenge. Do they even, like, publish tabloid magazines anymore? Or is it all just internet stuff now? Sorry, just with the hamburger thing, this makes me think of Metal Gear Solid 3, how if you play the game and you like kill and capture, like, kill for food and you put it in your backpack and you come back like a couple weeks later, it'll be spoiled. You kid don't look very bright. That's amazing. Wait, don't I have to go back to 3 before I'm done? Because I was really hoping I'd get to kill a zombie. Oh, cool. Glad you could Heaven Shy. Just curious, is the chai in reference to chai tea? Are you a fan of chai tea? Save your game once you've reunited. Oh, dang it! I wanted to kill a zombie. Oh well. Sad face. Okay, cool. I was gonna say my wife's favorite tea is a South African chai, and it is one of the most unique teas I've ever tasted. Like I mean unique in a good way, not unique in a. Oh, you sorry, wait, text. Well, you're not blah blah blah. You know that what? Who? My son? Oh, I can't believe it. You're Todd. Music note. My son. It's been maybe 10 years since I last saw. Wait, you're like 13 or 14, right? So, like, dude hasn't, like, he abandoned, like, a 4-year-old? Wow. I'm so glad you're such a healthy boy and managed to survive despite me being a bastard and a terrible father. Uh, I'm gonna make an awkward statement and say those glasses look good on you, son. How about a donut? Okay. Well, I was only offering. I'd also like a donut right about now. Okay, Dad, I hate you. I hate you with like the intensity of 1,000 suns for teasing the donut thing. That is just evil. Have you already checked out Stonehenge? No. Well, at least I asked. Okay. By the way, why are you here? Oh, I see. That girl named Pario must have sensed I was here. Okay, I'll try to help you out, because I couldn't be a father and do anything for the last decade for you. I'm trying to make a phase distorter that can connect 2 points in space and time. It's still incomplete. Why am I telling you this? Well, some like to call it foreshadowing, some call it Chekhov's phase distorter. Who knows? Who knows? I'll let you use another invention I call the Sky Runner. It's a little bit old, but it'll certainly help, since I'm an awful father who did absolutely nothing for a decade. And no, this isn't me projecting my own trauma. When you're bored, always listen for the messages that come from your destination. You'll get there for sure if you listen to the message. The round machine over there is the Sky Runner. Why do you think? Isn't it neat? Get in! Because we have such a great bond of trust developed over 10 years of neglect. Let's get together in 10 years or so, because I am a complete tool. I hate you, Dad. I hate you. All right. Yeah. Woeful father pushing. Yeah, I get the feeling. Well, like I really just. Yeah, I don't. Yeah. Never really had a dad myself, so I've always appreciated when there's good fathers in fiction, and I don't think I never ever stopped to just think about how awful the dad Dr. Andonuts is. Like, I mean, it's cool he can invent stuff and all that, like, and I do love all the creations, but it's just like, wow, you were like 10 years, and like, because like the kids, they're like 13 and 14, right? Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. So he's like like a 3 or 4 year old. Like, he just dropped him off at a school and just like, okay. Okay, I keep meaning to end the call, so because I don't remember what he says. Yes, record. If you were down, you would take a break now. Yes. Don't know where you're planning on sleeping, but have a good rest. Go ahead and turn the power off and have a good night. All right. Do this just to make sure. Show a little respect. I mean, like, okay, 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 okay. Yes, world famous, yes, and all that. I think there's this overvaluing people being making huge accomplishments while their personal life and their loved ones being a complete wreck. Like, Steve Jobs, smart guy, really intelligent, completely twisted, power hungry, narcissist. The reason why he died of a treatable cancer is because he thought he was so much smarter than an oncologist, and that he could fast and use juice cleanses to get cancer to leave his body. So, there is something I have to say for people who are smart enough to invent and occasionally when they actually have a decent personality, what have you. But I don't know. I do think we put too much, give too much credit to people who are hyper specific, hyper specifically gifted in one area, and think they can do in others. And so yes, well yeah, and that's also sad because like let's get giving it the benefit of a doubt. Like he's still within 10 to 20 miles of the school where his son's at. Like yeah, and I do think that like from a Japanese perspective, Fallen Aether, you're hitting on something with that about the idea of like being close but still far away, kind of like how with Nessa's dad, like he is not there because of work, but he's still doing what he can to support his kid, and and it's good that they're at least trying to do something because you've got so many dirtbags who can't even be bothered to to even just give token appreciation or token attention to their kids. So thank you for the congratulations. And so yeah, so I'm rambling. I've had way too much coffee. So any last notes or thoughts tonight before I end the stream and I'm forever banned from Starmen.net and the boards and from ever running something again? Any last thoughts or words or things people want to share? Deep thoughts? Yeah. And I do think that is like Bubbly Oasis. I think that ties into Fallen Aether's way about how, you know, someone, especially like men from a certain era, not knowing how to interact with their kids. Because, like, I mean, just doing the math, Andonuts is probably, like 60 or 70. So, like, he was like born in like 1910, 1920. So, don't forget your donut on the way out. Man, I would stop shy of committing felonies for a donut right now. Barely. Especially if it was some Krispy Kreme and a Krispy Kreme donut itself. Yeah, I agree. The rectangle was the true hero, the true, the true piece of this show. Don't abandon your id for a decade, and don't eat baseball, and don't ever be a gun. I think those are our lessons here. I think that's fair. Also, bread rolls and cookies don't make a quick buck business. Ain't that the frickin' truth? I don't approve of him, but there are some people who are just obsessed and wired different. Yeah, I mean, and I'm not trying to say like I don't think Andonuts. I mean, obviously, I'm hoping my interpretation was seen as being over the top on purpose, um, because I think there's probably a good argument to be made that like emotionally and mentally, there are some people who just don't know how to cope with being around other people, especially like if there's any potential room for things to go wrong. And I've unfortunately have never, I'm, can't say I've ever been a parent. I probably never get to be a parent. But especially like with teenagers, like and a teenager that you don't, you haven't really connected with before, you know, it's awkward. So I mean, at least he's trying. So I can give him that much. Thank you, Ripjaw. I really, I'm looking forward to the notes that I'm going to be given, and hopefully, none of them will begin or end with a ban. Um, I seriously, this has been a blast. I loved that we've talked about all sorts of random crap and had lots of laughter and joy, especially with how miserable that grinding was. Y'all made this entire thing. So I mean, really, you're thanking me. I need to thank each and every one of you for being here, for showing up, for writing, for making content, for helping to keep this whole Starmen.net thing rolling from now until hopefully until the sun burns out and explodes and takes the earth with it. We got to keep the site going. We got to keep it going. So, yeah, I think I've said about all I can say, and my throat is dead, and I need to go to bed. So, everyone, you have a great night. Thank you so much again. And I just, it was a blast. I really, really enjoyed it, and hope y'all will be able to watch some more of the. Oh my God, bread. Ugh, I never want to see bread again. All right, y'all. Y'all have a good night. It was fun. My pleasure. My pleasure. I will see y'all on Discord and on the message board. Take care.